recording as well.
All right, open Skype up here.
Hello, farewell. Outfielder's ain't
Everyone,
goodbye.
wild card
Actually,
weekend
hello.
was what it was.
Fuck.
Wet, wild, and wonderful.
Wet? I like it wet.
At least the Seahawks game was.
That's true.
Boy, fuck the Chargers. Let's go. Welcome back. This is episode 39 of Hoagies and Pierogis. I'm your host, Ian DiCarlo.
It's your boy, Hammy. How we doing, Ian?
I'm doing good, RJ. How are you?
I'm lovely. It's rainy out, so it's gross, but I'm doing all right.
Yeah, other than Saturday when I just completely embarrassed myself. Oh, God. It was my first time, like, drinking
Oh,
in,
jeez.
like, I think 12 days it was. Oh, it did not go well. I had 3 beers before we left for the bar, and already, like, right when we left the house, I was like, all right, this isn't good. I had 1 beer when we went out, and it was over. Game over.
Dude.
I had 4 beers. Also, I think what really did me, and I had a shot of tequila at the house.
Yeah, that'll do
Which
it for
I
you.
haven't had a shot of liquor in literally years.
Yeah.
Just a straight shot of liquor. We didn't even do any at the Christmas party. But it was, oh God, it was weird. Almost threw up in the Uber. I swallowed it though.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it was
That's
almost bad.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it was almost really, really bad.
We were
Held
we
it in
were all
like a
over
champ.
this weekend, so I did
Yeah,
get
what'd
to.
you get into?
I missed. We went back for celebrate Reagan's birthday early with her friends.
Happy birthday, Reagan.
Tomorrow. By the time, well, you'll upload this later. I was gonna say by the time this comes out, it'll be her birthday, but you're quick with it, so. But yeah,
Right.
tomorrow,
By the time
everyone
most
who
people
listens,
listen to it.
wish Reagan a happy birthday.
Absolutely. Happy
We love
birthday,
Reagan, and I love you.
Are you gonna reveal her age? Is that a faux pas?
Oh, she's gonna be 26. We're the same age. Well, I'm not 26 yet. I'll be. I don't know. Maybe she didn't want me to do that, but
26 club, baby. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't think she's at the age where she's worried about telling people how old she is.
We'll all be 26 for 3 days.
Oh, well, my birthday's in
5
May.
days.
I'm not
days,
26.
Yeah.
My birthday's in May.
I know, but like the
Oh,
three of
oh,
us
oh.
will be 26 for 5 days.
Oh, nice. Oh, is your birthday later in May?
Yeah, mine's the 8th.
Oh.
Yours is the 3rd, right?
Dude, how did you remember that?
Because I'm a wizard.
You're a better friend than me.
Because I care about you.
I don't remember people's birthdays at all. I'm so bad. Like, even family members I don't remember.
Well, it's okay. I'm jubilant. I'm over the moon. Ian, I won. I won the game of life. Let's go.
Go ahead. Go over all
Pirates.
your wins.
Yes, Pirates signed Andrew McCutchen. Ah! Later in the week after we recorded, Patriots said they released a press statement. They were like, we are going to try to extend Gerard Mayo.
There you
First
go.
off, that was great news. And then a little bit further into that wasn't underlined. Patriots will start hiring, looking for OCs next week. So this week.
I wonder, so is Patricia just done, or is he going to go back to helping with defense or something?
So I think he's going to stay on the team. I don't know. He might work with the offensive line, which was their worst, one of their worst groups. So I don't know how that will work, but he hasn't been ousted yet.
So who are they looking at now? I've heard Bill O'Brien, and that's about all I've heard. I know you were talking about Cliff Kingsbury last week, but he took a one-way trip to Thailand for now. So
Yes, he is going to do some exploring.
he's doing some Thailand.
Have you seen? Oh my God! There's a channel on YouTube where they're in Thailand and they're just on the streets and they follow around like food truck workers
Oh,
and they like film them doing what they're doing, and one of them is really hot. And everyone in the comments before they got deleted was like, "Lady boy, lady boy, lady boy, lady boy."
I was wondering if we were going to get around to that since we were talking about Thailand. Oh.
But it was just funny. They just assume that anyone that's super ridiculously hot in Thailand is trans.
I stumbled upon some guy who, like, on TikTok, he, like, traveled to Thailand, and he was like, some of them, like, chase you down in the street, and are like, you want to go, can I come to your room with you and stuff like that? And he's like, no.
Sucky $5.
He's like, no, please leave me alone. I'm just doing whatever. I forget what he was doing. He was like on a business trip or something. I don't know. But yeah, he's like, they are very aggressive. I was like,
yeah, that's
okay.
the men coming out in them. They're very persistent. They won't take no for an answer.
No. But yeah, who else are they looking into, or who do you want ideally?
So obviously I think Cliff would be more of an experiment. Like, if they had time to fuck around, which I don't think they do, I think they should go for Cliff.
I think that's a bad idea.
But we'll get into this later. I want to go over the Pirates first just to get baseball out of the way. Because I actually do have a lot of theories about the Patriots. So, Pirates signed Andrew McCutchen. He's coming back home, baby.
There you go.
Let's go!
That's always nice when someone comes back. It's always fun.
This isn't just a PR move. He's great veteran leadership. He's going to be a great DH. He can still hit the ball pretty damn hard, and he'll get, I would say, probably 20 home runs.
Yeah. I know he was
I
great.
I would hope.
Like, locker room leadership guy when he was on the Phillies, too. That's what a lot of people talked about him. I think even Bryce talked about that a lot, too. So that's always good, especially for a young team.
Yeah, the picture, I'll put it up in post, of him in the Brewers dugout with his shirt just open and him like it looked like he was drinking a cup of lean.
There's so many pictures. There's one of him like that in the Phillies. They were wearing the red throwbacks, and he has a picture just like that. He looks like an absolute baller.
Yeah. I'm excited to have that back. That fucking swag. We need that. Yeah. We need some type of identity.
So
I think Kutch will bring it back.
Yeah. Now I texted you the other day because some other news broke in the MLB world. And you had a funny response to it because Carlos Correa is now signed with another team. And I texted you and I said, so is this Correa guy just going to go everywhere? And you were like, this Correa guy.
This Correa guy.
Like he's just some rando.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
So he's just back where he started.
Yeah. He gets more money overall. Let's see, I have the breakdown of his contract. So he signed a 6-year deal worth $200 million. And he's actually passed the physical.
Even if his leg falls off after like year 4, that'll be worth it. I just read that part.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's pretty cheap. Obviously, it's a little bit front loaded. He'll make $36 million for the first 3 years. There's like a $4 million signing bonus in the first 2 years. That'll bring it up to $36 million.
So
$31.5 million in year 4, $30.5 million in year 5, and then $30 million in year 6.
Does this guy, this Correa guy, does he just have like a Frankenstein leg? Like it's ready to fall off any second? Because that's what it sure seems like. I have no idea.
I really have no idea. Obviously, 6 years is a lot better than 13 years or 12 years.
Yeah, like you know that girl
in
from
terms
Nightmare
of
Before
health,
Christmas, the girl in the Nightmare Before Christmas, where she's just falling apart
Sally.
all the time. Yeah, Sally. Is he just like Sally? That's what I imagine his leg is like after all this stuff.
It just has the doctor sew back on. That would be hilarious. He would have a ghost runner on the bases for him. He wouldn't even be able to make it to first base.
No, not even close. He just falls apart as he's going.
Right. Here's where it's a little bit more interesting. So he has 4 vesting option years, which I didn't really know what these were until I looked into it a little bit more. So he can earn an additional $70 million over 4 years, tacked on to the original 6 years. So if he reaches like a certain threshold, like innings played or games played, or maybe like stat wise, maybe
Yeah.
performance wise, but
Hmm.
I don't know why more MLB teams don't do this.
Yeah,
Front
I don't
load the
know either.
contract and give those vesting years.
Yeah.
They're not guaranteed, which sucks for the player. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit more of a risk for the player.
Mm-hmm.
But if they front load that contract enough, it's pretty appealing.
Yeah, I feel
Especially
like
if the incentive is just like games played.
Yeah, I feel like front loading's smart. I think we talked about this before too, like because that money at the end, like later down the line, it's not going to be
Right.
the same. Like that the market is going to be way up, most likely, unless something dramatic happens to make it go back down. But
Right.
yeah,
Like
that
what the
seems smart.
Mets did with Bobby Bonilla, deferred payments.
Bobby
I think
Bonilla Day.
there's like another year of that, or maybe it just ended or something.
Yeah,
But
it's
and
one
then
more
the
year or
Mets
something.
usually, or the Nationals usually do that,
Yeah.
like with Scherzer and Strasburg.
Who is it? There's a I forget his name. I think is it Rick? It might be Rick DiPietro. Is like still getting paid by the Islanders because he got paid so much and got like deferred for so long. There's stories like that in like every sport. I don't know, maybe not as much in football because those contracts aren't usually as long. But
Right. Right. I mean, it's definitely worth it because you get $2 million worth of today's money.
yeah, exactly.
Like it goes up with inflation, so
Yeah.
that's definitely worth it. There's not really too much going on in college football. Corin
Nah.
did confirm that it was just a meniscus injury. We should have just looked that up last week.
Yeah, we probably should have. That's all right.
And then, right.
It's all in the knee.
Harbaugh informed the Broncos that he is staying in Michigan, so I think he's there for good next year.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm done. I'm sick of talking about Harbaugh. We watched one lose a game the other night, and we've just been hearing about Jim all this time coming back to the NFL, which I do think
This is true.
I do think he eventually will come back. But, yeah, I don't know. Fuck him.
Right.
I'm sick of him.
Damn. All right. And then the other little bit, C.J. Stroud officially declared for the draft. So you got to think he's going in those top 3 picks.
Yeah, depending. Like I know the Bear. Like I think we talked about it last week too. The Bears GM saying like we're gonna explore all options, which I think is just them fishing for a trade.
Oh, absolute bullshit. I think he later confirmed, like, I think the day after that he was like, yeah, we're not going to go for a quarterback.
Dude, even ESPN, like people, I think I've seen clips of it from like First Take and shit of people saying that they should trade Justin Fields. And
That's so, yeah, it was like a former GM was on
yeah,
Get Up in the Morning or something, whatever.
yeah, they don't. It's like a former GM said this, but they won't reveal like which GM, and it's like I don't know. Give him some weapons.
He was on
the
live
guy.
TV making a fool of himself.
Yeah, so stupid. I don't know why you would do that. Get as many. Where the Bears are right now, they just need picks. They need weapons and they need a defense because their defense went from solid to getting rid of a couple people, and now it's just horrendous.
Yeah, they should have paid Roquan Smith.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but
who the Ravens paid right away.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Who like as Lamar, I'm fully on the train now that Lamar is not going to be a Raven next year because how can you sit there and watch them pay Roquan Smith $100,000 or what is it, $100 million or whatever his contract is,
$100 million over 5 years.
Yeah, and not get and like him not get paid. How can you sit there and just be like, and them never getting him any help whatsoever as far as receiving? Like, I wouldn't blame them for leaving. Like they just, I don't know, they're pissing me off too.
Guess who the betting odd favorites are to get Lamar?
They have odds for that.
Yeah, they do.
Is it the Commanders?
No.
The Jets?
No.
Don't tell me. I want to guess it. Give me 2 more guesses. The Bucks?
No.
Is it the Patriots?
Yes. It is the Patriots. Like, what the fuck? It's the Patriots.
No. Lamar's not doing that shit.
No, he's not. That's dumb. It would be dumb of the Patriots to do that.
Yeah, it'd be dumb for him. It'd be
I.
dumb for the Patriots.
Oh my
I would,
God.
depending on what Tom Brady ends up doing, leaving, retiring, going somewhere else, whatever it is. I wouldn't be
He should
surprised if the
retire.
Bucks make a push because he's a Florida kid, and I know he's a Miami guy, but still, I mean, hell, who knows what Miami's going to do with Tua? I feel like every year now we're saying that they're gonna get rid of him and sign someone else. But
So this is why I didn't know if you were going to bring it up or not. So, but since they are the betting favorites, then I was like, oh, maybe they should go get Cliff. Maybe they should. If they get Lamar, trade for D-Hop, get Cliff, that would be scary. That would actually be kind of terrifying.
Diablo, Lamar, and Cliff Kingsbury.
Wouldn't that would be awful to game plan against.
Those people I'm picturing.
Could you imagine if Lamar Jackson was on that Cardinals team instead of Kyler Murray?
Yeah, they'd be a lot better.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Kyler Murray makes some ridiculous plays, but he's also kind of a bitch.
That.
I
Did
mean,
you
he
see
is.
the GM was like, we're not going to take any ego in this building, the new GM?
Oh, no, I didn't see that. Fine, you get rid of him. He can go play baseball and not gonna have his whole ego over there.
Be a scrub in double A like Tebow in single A.
That's another person who I'm sick of is Kyler Murray. I haven't heard anything about him lately, and I'm happy with it because he's just a whiny little baby.
Okay.
He literally, like he makes it so easy to meme him of him throwing fits and just putting his head on a baby because he's so tiny.
Right.
Have you seen the pictures of him really tiny throwing the football and the football's like normal sized?
Yeah,
Oh
like from Madden.
Yeah, it's so funny. He's just anytime he's doing bad, it's like this Kyler Murray, like short Kyler Murray showed up today.
Yeah, I'm sure I've said it a million times, but the meme of him yelling at Cliff Kingsbury and it's just Donnie from the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, pretty much. That guy sucks. Hate that guy.
But it would be, I don't know, that would be interesting.
It's
going to be interesting to see where Lamar goes.
I'm picturing Lamar and D-Hop in Patriots uniforms, and it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't look right. I'll be honest. But that would be amazing.
It really doesn't. I saw an edit of D-Hop in a Patriots uniform, and I was like, I'm not getting the Randy Moss vibes.
Yeah, I'm not getting the right vibes from it.
You know, but I think they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely need a receiver. Aguilar is definitely going to be gone. Well, they're going to try to re-sign Jacoby Myers for sure.
He had a bit of a breakout season. Like I know it wasn't spectacular, but he had a well after not scoring until this year.
Yeah, he was their most dynamic receiver, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only acquisition they made, they were kind of hamstrung on the cap space this year. So they got Devontae Parker. That was like their big wide receiver acquisition.
Who was like really good with the Dolphins for a little bit, but that was a long time ago at this point.
Yeah, he was tier 2 at best, even with the Dolphins. So,
yeah.
Who was it? Landry was down there when he was.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, that's someone I forget still plays. Is he still on the Browns? Or no, he was a Saint. Yeah, he's on the Saints, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Saints.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all.
Some Saints Twitter account tweeted out the video of when we lost them in the playoffs a couple years ago. Like, just randomly. And it was like, what the fuck was that? Why did that need to be like... Yeah, cool. It was like breaking... I was like...
Wishing ill omens on you guys this week.
Yeah. Dude, I'm ready. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. We'll get into the games. But do you want to talk about this OBJ thing for a little bit?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely, I do. So as we all remember, we definitely went over it. I remember I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Dickhead OBJ got kicked off the fucking plane to Miami." Well, the video came out,
Yeah.
and he seemed fine.
I think I can't believe some people are like defending him because maybe both him and I think both him and the flight attendant slash captain were probably all in the wrong. I think he was a dickhead by making everyone deplane, but I don't think he really looked like
Did
wasted or
did you watch?
anything.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he looked wasted or like was. I don't know what the
No, he did.
pants thing was.
So
I never
I
saw.
thought he just looked tired. Like
Apparently, he
he
had
said, he was
come.
just coming off a flight from London.
Well, apparently, the story was that he came right from the club, and then went to the flight. So I don't know what it actually is. I think everyone involved. It's like, who's the
That's what the
asshole?
flight attendant said.
Everyone involved is the asshole.
Well, it was weird because right away the medics came in and they were like, what do you want us to do? He's fine. Like, he woke up right when we shook him to wake up,
Yeah.
and he's good." And then the flight, they went back and they were like, "Well, he had his pants off," and they were like, no, he has his pants on."
I don't know.
They were super chill, but unfortunately they wanted him off the plane, and it's protocol that the police have to kick everyone off. So it's really, I mean, it's really on the flight attendants because they would have had to get off either way, no matter what Odell did.
Oh, really?
The police had to get him off if they wanted to get him off either way.
Oh.
It
I don't
didn't.
know.
It wasn't dependent on OBJ just sitting there being honestly justifiably pissed and embarrassed.
I know, like, yeah, but if he, like, just the fact that he went above and beyond to just, like, yell at this fat man and be like, "You're fat, I'm going to go take a private jet."
Dude,
Like,
that
I
was
get it.
hilarious.
Like, I don't know.
I would never,
Maybe you want to feel justified.
ever in my life get off the plane for you. Specifically you. Maybe everyone else.
Like, I don't know. Like, why did you...
Enjoy the cheese board on the way home with your ugly ass. Those are great quotes.
They are objectively funny.
And then white man gonna look at me talking about, "Get off the plane. Bitch, now you made it my point to not get off the fucking plane."
I don't know. I still think he's a dickhead where it got to the point where people had to deplane. Like, and I don't care who you are, what it, like, anyone, maybe you were in the right. I don't know. Figure it out after. Don't ruin everyone else's day because you feel like you need to be vindicated.
Well, I'm definitely not good. If the flight attendant is like, if I didn't hear him, or if I'm like, completely out of it and I look out of it, like just tired, he did not look hungover. He didn't look like he was on drugs or anything. He just looked super, super tired. I wouldn't have gotten off if the flight attendant told me to get off. I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I'm seriously fine.
Yeah, I guess.
And
probably
it wasn't
would.
on camera what he said to him. They're saying he said one thing, and then he's saying that they said another. So
I guess if it was me, I'd probably feel differently. Like if I truly felt like I was being wronged. So I don't know. I guess it depends on if I was in the situation. Then you know what? I'll go try and get myself kicked off a flight, and I'll tell you how I feel after.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't picture a situation where I would ever put myself in the way of getting kicked off the plane.
Yeah, I don't.
That's just me.
Yeah.
But they kind of like slandered him when the story came out, and they made it seem like he was way worse than it actually was.
Yeah, that does happen a lot where they do try and sometimes I think people forget everyone has a phone and everything's recorded these days, and they try and get away with something, and it's like, nope, here's the video. Also, why did it take so long for the video to come out though? Like,
they had to go over everything and make redactions of stuff that they have to edit it all.
Oh, okay.
And but I think it may have hurt his chances of getting signed.
If he
Obviously
didn't get,
he still wasn't healthy.
yeah,
That's the first hurdle. But
yeah. I guess, yeah. If he wasn't healthy this year, if he was healthy this year and he didn't get signed by anyone this year, I don't know if it's going to happen next year. Maybe somewhere in the off
yeah,
season. I've still heard things about him going back to the Giants. Maybe he'll want to after this, playoff push they're kind of having right now. So we'll see.
right. I still think that the flight crew is like power tripping a little bit.
Yeah, that happens, and that's annoying.
And once the medical team came in and said he was fine, they should have let it go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that's it. I didn't really have anything else to go over for Patriots OC. O'Brien seems like the likely choice.
Yeah, that's not
And
bad.
I hope Gerard Mayo takes over as head coach once Belichick gets Shula's record. I hope that's why they're extending him. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
And he's kind of the de facto DC if they do extend him. I think he'll kind of take over that part for Belichick for the most part.
Yeah, I could see that happening. He's been there forever, I feel like. I've heard from him for the longest time with the Patriots, but
Dude, I love Gerard Mayo so much.
yeah, he's like someone that I think about. Like when I think of Patriots, like now I don't think of much about Brady because he's been a Buck for a while now. Like Gerard Mayo is 100% one of them.
Absolutely.
And Vince
Dante
Wilfork.
Hightower.
I don't know why Vince Wilfork, but I just see him as a Patriot. I know he's been other places.
Oh,
but
Big Vincey. Yeah.
love that guy.
100%.
When he walked into Hard Knocks with the overalls and the cowboy boots and the Texans and everyone just fucking started dying laughing at him.
I remember that fit. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, legend.
Absolute legend. Man, I wish there were more characters like that on the team.
Yeah, I love when people are just kind of themselves. I like that. Instead of giving these stupid media answers, I talked about it with like why I like Max Duggan. Like he was just like a dude. He's just a regular dude. He didn't seem like, this guy who's been trained to give certain answers and not give too much. He's just like, yeah, man, shit was crazy.
Dude, another reason I want to punch Stetson Bennett in the face. All these people are posting, oh, here's Stetson Bennett on the sideline, and it's like a 55-year-old. It's like every single possible version of the meme, and I'm like, we get it. We fucking get it.
Yeah. Him old, Stetson Bennett running out, Stetson Bennett in 2047 or whatever to lead Georgia to their 51st straight national title or whatever shit they said.
Yeah, here he is in the longest yard.
He's fucking 25, all right? He's not that old. I was still
Bennett, 2005 colorized.
I was still in fucking college at 25, okay? It's okay. It's normal, people. It's normal,
I'm still in school.
right?
Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck all you people.
Fuck it.
Should hit me on a personal
about
level.
that, but okay. Also, if O'Brien doesn't work out, this is what I thought of today. The Bucks just let Byron Leftwich go.
Oh, they did.
I think Byron Leftwich would be a good candidate as well.
That would be very good. He is a very good
because
offensive
he was just with,
coordinator.
he was just with Sucky Brady.
Brady has, he might have. This might have been the year where it all kind of fell apart. I did kind of defend him a little bit because of the offensive line, and
you're skipping a little bit.
But I think Byron
you're in
Leftwich.
it. Hold on, RJ. Your internet's skipping out a little bit.
No. Am I fixed?
Yeah, just slowed down real bad.
I wonder why.
Yeah, just slowed down, and then all the audio came through at one time, and then it went really fast.
Okay. Well, that's not good. It's a good thing we're recording on Audacity then too.
Yes.
Now I forget what I was saying. Byron Leftwich would be great for the Patriots. Yes.
Right. There's a reason he was a head coaching candidate last year.
Yes. He was like the it guy.
He was. I think that would be good.
Speaking of another Bucks head coach, Todd Bowles is a bad coach. I just don't think he's a good coach. He couldn't do it with the Jets, and he couldn't do it with the Bucks.
I don't blame him for the Jets, but he kind of put it together with the Bucks a little bit. But I think his time's up.
I'm really interested to see what that organization does next year. They sold out for Brady, and they got a Super Bowl out of it. But man, they are an old team. I do not think that they are young.
I think they're
maybe their line is younger, but their weapons.
I think they're mostly young.
I think their defense is young. Their defense is definitely.
Godwin's still young. Russell Gage is still young. Which, oh my God, good thing Russell Gage is okay.
Yeah, I saw that. Dude, I did not think that game was going to go that way last night. Not at all.
Let's just get into the wet and wild card weekend. All right. Seahawks and 49ers was the first game up. We both had the 49ers. We were both right.
I was more right because I said it was going to be a blowout. So fuck you.
But it was also 30-20 at one point. That's what I said it was going to be.
It was very
close. I texted
close.
you. I was like, if this game ends 30-20, I'm a wizard.
It was very close for a while, and it just the Niners just proved they had more horses than the Seahawks, more guys, and just ended up putting them away. I mean, if it wasn't for that fumble, it might have ended up staying a closer game because that kind of was a big momentum shift in everything. Because it was close until then, and then after that, and Brock,
I left before halftime. It was still 14 to something.
I only saw bits and pieces because we were at dinner at that time, so I wasn't able to watch it as much. But first half, Brock Purdy looked like Mr. Irrelevant, and second half, Brock Purdy looked like a world beater.
Well, even in the first half, I thought he looked good. I just didn't think that they were on the same page.
Yeah, maybe.
Things kind of looked a little bit off in the first half.
They're scary, man. They are a scary team. If
they can get off to a fast start, they're scary.
Yeah,
which they've been struggling with, but I think they can.
I think they just end up sticking with Brock next year. Now, I don't know what you do with Trey Lance. I don't know what you're really going to be able to get for him. Because apparently Trey Lance wasn't Shanahan's pick either, anyway. So it's interesting to see. My one Twitter friend is a 49ers fan, and he keeps he's like, we're not afraid of the Eagles or anyone else. And I'm like, I responded to him. I was like, you shut your whore mouth. And then my only response was, good luck having a QB controversy next year. And I had nothing else because I'm like, yeah, I'm actually kind of scared of them because that defense is scary. And you got Deebo Samuel, you got Brandon Ayuk, who's been amazing, and then you got Christian McCaffrey, who proved in one game as a 49er that he can throw, pass, and catch, or throw, catch, and run for touchdowns.
Well, Deebo played an integral role this week, and it's been a while. It has been a while.
Mm-hmm. People forgot. Deebo, pretty good player.
Pretty good. I think I'd draft him again next year in fantasy. Maybe not as high as I did this year, but I would. I would.
Yeah. It's just so crazy. I just can't believe the fact that you somehow, the more quarterbacks that got hurt for the 49ers, almost the better they got.
That is wild.
I don't think they would have made the playoffs with Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo did what Jimmy Garoppolo needed to do, and then all of a sudden their offense exploded once they got Brock Purdy. And I think it probably has something to do with Christian McCaffrey finally getting fully ingrained into the offense. But
right.
They should just hurt Brock Purdy. Maybe the fourth guy will be even that much better. They'll win the Super Bowl 70-0.
It'll just be Kyle Shanahan in there.
Why not? Fuck
it. Speaking of fuck it, what the fuck, Chargers? What the fuck?
They chargered. The Chargers chargered. Did you see
what the fuck was that?
You know how ESPN does the win probability thing? Their graph matches the lightning bolt perfectly for their win probability throughout the game.
That was so bad. 27-0. 27-0. Nothing. They had 7 runs, 7 designed runs out of 29 plays on offense in the second half.
They also had 4 turnovers, and one person had 3 of them, which is insane.
Asante Samuel Jr., baby.
Yeah,
Baller.
baby. He was good. And then their defense sucked in the second half, too. Some people are... I'm interested what you think, who's more to blame. If it's the defense, some people are blaming Herbert, some people are blaming Staley. I don't know if you think it's like a culmination of them all, or if you have one that you are like mostly fuck you about.
Well, I didn't watch the game. That was at the point where I was too drunk to see anything. And I really think that it was Staley's fault, or at least the coaching staff's fault.
They should fire him. I think they should fire him.
I think they should fire Brandon Staley. They just got rid of Lombardi, their offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi.
Because he, all last year and even this year, he did the fourth down, like go for it on fourth down a whole bunch. And then yesterday, or this weekend, he was conservative. And that stupid decision to have all the starters play well into like the fourth quarter in week 18 and get Mike Williams hurt. They're like 8-2 this season with Mike Williams. I think you had the stat last week. It's like... And Justin Herbert's numbers are way better when you have Mike Williams out there too.
I didn't have that stat.
I thought you said that. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But yeah, they were like 8-2 with him and had a losing record without him. It's like why would you do that? That's so stupid.
No, that doesn't make any sense. But I was, dude. Doug Peterson has balls though to
Dougie
go for
fresh.
To keep going for 2.
I will
just to make it a 28-30 or 28-30.
I will love that man for the rest of my life. Doug Peterson is an absolute hero and legend in Philadelphia, and he is just staking his claim even more in Jacksonville, where he is a very good coach. I'm happy with Nick Sirianni now, but he wrongfully got fired. He should never have been fired.
No, if he would have went to Waffle House with Trevor Lawrence, I think he would have been even more of a legend.
That was awesome. I'm going to Waffle House after. That was awesome.
Did you see that video of the girl who got the chair thrown at her, and she just like flung it right out of the air? She like completely deflected it.
No, they still
In a Waffle House?
Yeah, some Waffle House employee.
Well, Waffle House. I always see videos of Waffle House. Just fights happening at Waffle House.
This one was more of a popular one. She flung it, but someone photoshopped the Jaguars hat on her.
That's funny. She was like, yeah! I know there's one where there's like literally, I don't know if it's employees or an employee and someone else fighting in the back. Someone's just getting like their head slammed, and you just hear someone in the back, I just want some eggs.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, but
is that a Vine?
It might have been a Vine. Yeah, I think that was.
I think it's a Vine.
But I want to give Trevor Lawrence a lot of credit for throwing 4 interceptions. I think in the first quarter it was, and being able to come back and like lead that team to victory. That is. Trevor Lawrence is starting to show those signs of him being what a lot of people thought he was going to be, coming out of college and everything.
I just hope that they can start fast. Honestly, I was kind of like, oh shit, I was right last week. They looked more like the team that was facing the Titans at the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So we both went Chargers. We were both wrong.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks.
I know.
That really sucks for me.
So it happened I don't know if I texted you. It happened in a way where we were out, so I was watching the phone. We were at Reagan's friend's house. I was watching it on my phone while we were playing games. It was 27-0. I was like, oh, this game's fucking over. And then we got back home, and I saw that they had come back, and I actually pulled it back up on my phone as they were kicking the game-winning field goal, and I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
Oh shit!
I watched such polar opposites of that game for the Jaguars. I went back and watched some highlights, and yeah, that's just, I'm happy for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I might have to go back and watch it just to. I should have done that yesterday, but
yeah, they are.
Whatever.
The Jags are such a weird franchise because like they are kind of like a poverty franchise sometimes, but they have these spikes where like they get really good, like those 2 Blake Bortles years where they were really good, and then now
the defense was fucking awesome.
Yeah, and back with Mark Brunell when they made it to like the AFC Championship game or something again. I forget what it was like. And then they're just really bad the rest of the time. Like,
dude, I really wish we would have had a podcast in those Blake Bortles years because, like, 2 years before they got good, I was saying, watch out for the Jags this year. Watch out for the Jags this year. And then that third year it came true, and
finally
I was like,
came true.
Watch out for the Jags. Let's go.
Finally vindicated.
Yeah, it was definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, very much.
Okay, Dolphins Bills. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, I almost skipped ahead.
Ooh, this one was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Skylar Thompson, good for you, man. Played pretty well.
Fuck you, Skylar Thompson. I had your under of 180.5 yards. You had 220. Fuck off.
I did not think that game was going to go the way it did. I was like, yeah, Bills are just going to blow them out. Skylar Thompson. And it was... The Bills have been plagued with turnovers this year. And I think maybe they've been getting a little bit too much credit. They obviously are very good. They're a very good team, but they have had some costly turnovers that really could have cost them that game yesterday.
Right. I mean, I think they've been overrated all year. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Bills are going to do it." They from the first. I mean, yeah, they blew out their first game, but you could tell that they were trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to do way too much, and they need to simplify it.
Dude, towards the end,
maybe not chucking it down the fucking field every play.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Towards the end, it seemed like they were still winning, but it seemed like they wanted to just win by even more and also just have big explosive plays. Like every play, it seemed like Josh Allen was dropping back and just unloading down the field. Like hit a couple crossing routes, maybe run the ball a little bit more, which is something that they have not been good at.
Right. It didn't help that they buttered the balls before the game. What the fuck?
Yeah, those balls were going everywhere.
There were so many drops. Waddle had like 3 really bad drops. Tyreek had a really bad drop at the beginning of the game. It was like, I was like, what is going on?
I know.
It wasn't that cold.
No. I don't know what was going on in that game, but, Bills...
Yeah, it was sunny. Oh, well.
I think, there was a lot of mistakes with turnovers and stuff, but I guess also in the playoffs, too, it's just like survive in advance. Forget that happened. You won. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you won in the playoffs. So, who do they play?
The Bills.
The Bills play the Bengals.
The Bills play the Bills. The Blues play the Bengals.
I got what you meant. I got you.
Right, but it was just it was sloppy. It was a sloppy, high-scoring game. I was like, ugh.
Dude, how about every single game going over this weekend and Wild Card Weekend? That's awesome.
That is awesome. I wouldn't have won the parlay anyway, but I had the under in the Giants game.
That was
47.5. I was like, eh.
That was a good game too.
That was excellent. That was a really good game. That was the best coached game this weekend.
I was gonna say we talked about Doug
100%.
Peterson. Yeah, Brian Daboll, absolutely a great head coach. That team has no one. Who the fuck was that receiver that kept getting the ball? I don't even remember his name.
Isaiah Hodgkins.
Yes. Who is that?
The Bills released him in like November.
I was gonna say he was not there when we played him the first time. I don't think, or at least he
no.
wasn't
I
out
remember
there.
seeing him like on fantasy going through the waiver wires. I was like, who the fuck should I pick up? Who should I pick up? And I was like, Hodgkins, or Hodges.
Yeah. And Daniel Jones, not even arguably, almost certainly had the best weekend out of any of the quarterbacks this weekend. Like Herbert didn't look good at times. Well, I don't know. I fell asleep halfway through the game last night, so Dak might have had a pretty good night last night. But everyone else, not that great. Daniel Jones had an amazing day, and it is. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Eagles get another easy matchup." I'm not going to say I'm scared, but they are a very well coached team, and I'm not going to assume that we won already.
what was the final score last 2 weeks ago? 21-13 with their backups in.
Yeah, I don't put too much into that either. Jalen was
Yeah,
still
I
hurt,
mean,
and we
yeah, I
were
wouldn't
missing
either. But
Lane, so I think we're going to be ready. I do think the Giants fans kind of damned themselves after their video of "fuck the Eagles" after that game. I don't know if you saw that. I think they may have damned themselves after, like when the Vikings went to the Rocky Steps and were doing Skull, and then we just fucked them. So, yeah.
that's going to be a close game. I think I'd take the Giants to cover whatever it is. I think it might open it probably like, I don't know what it is, probably 7.5 or something.
My only saving grace, not saving grace. My big thing is our defense is way better than the Vikings defense, way better. And
Oh, that was, I mean, like we were saying going into it, that was the ideal matchup for the Vikings.
yeah,
I mean, they had dude, their defense really was fucking Swiss cheese. They couldn't
yeah,
stop the run at all.
no,
And then every time they didn't run it, they just passed it to Saquon.
like
Hoagies.
I was Darius Slay is not getting burnt by Hodgins. I'll tell you that much. I am a little bit afraid of Saquon and Daniel's, ability to run, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we're going into the third quarter and it's just not even close. Even though I said I'm not guaranteeing a win, I just want to murder every team we play. Now that it's playoffs, I just want to murder every team.
Yeah, I feel that, but I don't know if it'll be as the Giants looked more impressive than I thought they were going to look. I thought the Vikings were just going to look bad, which they didn't. They didn't really look too terrible, other than their run defense, which was awful.
That final
They
play,
stayed in the game.
that final play was pretty awful. You don't throw it anywhere near the first down marker, Kirk.
Oh yeah,
That's so.
I mean,
I would.
it was Hawkinson 1-on-1. Hawkinson was the only one winning his matchups that day, so maybe Kirk thought,
Yeah.
give the guy who's balling out the ball, let him win a 1-on-1.
I just think in a situation like in the playoff, like during the season,
think
yeah,
it was-
do that. But the playoffs, like you got to at least aim for the first down marker. Like I don't know.
Right.
That just
I don't
seems
think
so
it was
dumb to
as
me.
bad of a decision as people are making it out to be. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, Hawkinson was the only one doing anything.
I was just happy the Vikings lost. I was happy about that, even though I picked the Vikings and I was
You did pick
Back
the
on
Vikings,
them.
and I picked the Giants.
I was happy. I was very happy because they were just proven to be frauds.
Absolutely. My season is completely vindicated now. I will be happy with whatever happens from here on out.
Yep.
The Vikings lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Yep. And first time. Wait, I don't know if it's the first time ever. I think it's the first time since like 2000 or 2002. 3 teams from the same division are in the divisional round. So
That is crazy.
NFC Beast, baby.
All right, next game was Sunday night. Ravens at Bengals. Oh boy.
Unbelievably incredible game that was pretty boring for a lot of it.
It was. It was. It was, what, 17-17 for the longest time
Yeah.
after half. And I was like, ugh.
And I was like, of course, like, man, that drive that ended horrifically for the Ravens. I was like, Tyler Huntley's about to do this, bitch, isn't he? He's about to just. The drive was so impressive, and then that dive was just so horrifically stupid. Like,
It was like, they were like, well, he was 3 yards from the end zone when he jumped.
it wasn't even
seemed.
close.
I mean, I couldn't even tell because there were so many bodies there. Why would you jump anyway?
He didn't, and it wasn't even like he jumped up. He didn't jump forward. He was just like boing.
I don't know if he like got a bad footing and didn't jump right or what, but it was.
The fact he was even like, that was insane. Luckily, Reagan was asleep at that point. I'm so happy she didn't have to watch that because I was watching it and I was like, oh my God. I was like, did that just happen? And I'm like, no. Huntley had his hands up and I was like, oh, I guess he really thought he was close. And then I did the replay and I was like, dude, you weren't even sniffing the goal line. What are you putting your hands up for?
Mark Andrews has wheels, dude.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
Where did he come from? Because I was like,
put him in a foot race against Tyreek.
I saw that he came back, and I was like, oh, he must have been like on the outside or something. No, he was like right there, and just tore it. Probably should have been a block in the back. I'll be honest, but let it play. Whatever.
It wasn't. He wasn't like behind him. He just kind of pushed on his shoulder.
Yeah.
If he was behind him, it would have been. I think it would have been different. But
it's still either way. They would have at least had gotten a field goal, and I still think the Ravens would have lost. And again, I think Lamar's leaving, but J.K. Dobbins. I'll give credit to J.K. Dobbins. He was a beast last night, or in that game. He was pretty awesome, which is nice to see after he's been out for a while. I think he could really cement himself to be a very good running back coming up. But I'm just still baffled by that play. I just still can't believe that happened.
I mean, I know he was asked the question, but like, what do you think of him being like, if we would have had Lamar, we would have won?
I think it's true. I think if they had Lamar, they would have won because Lamar would have run that in just to the side or something. He probably would have made that work and probably scored more points earlier. I think it's kind of shitty to say. Like, Tyler Huntley played a pretty good game for Tyler Huntley. So
he did.
I don't know. It is kind of shitty. I don't think that's something you got to say to the media, but that's whatever. That's just whatever type stuff. I was going to say something else about this game. I don't remember. So, oh well.
For the most part, it was kind of boring. It was like a defensive game for the most part, which I was surprised by.
Yeah.
Well, not by the Ravens side, but by the Bengals side.
The Bengals have a really good defense, and I don't think some people talk about. I don't think people talk about it enough. The defense was the reason they got to that Super Bowl last year. Like, they are really good, and it also helps to have just an assassin at quarterback if you need it.
Yeah. Are they like officially like a playoff defense now? They're like, oh, watch out for those Bengals defenses in the playoffs.
Their defense was pretty good during the year. It had some issues to begin with, but like if you look back, I think a lot of their games were a little bit lower scoring. So, but I'd put that mark on them now that they're definitely worth watching out for in the playoffs. So they're going to go into Buffalo next week, and we're going to finally see the end of that game. And if the Bills, I saw someone tweet that like Damar Hamlin said he wasn't going to be at that game, and they were like, yes, absolutely, save him for next week and have the training staff come out to with him to like introduce the Bills, and then throw him through a table. Just spike the guy through the table.
Someone, as long as we're on this topic, someone tweeted out during the Bills game, the Bills are doing so bad right now, they got to talk about Damar Hamlin.
Oh, jeez. I mean, it sounds bad to say that, like, yeah, you save him coming you don't bring him out for the wild card, but it is kind of true. Like, that place, if they bring him, like, when they bring him out next week, I would assume they are going to, if he's healthy enough to do it.
Right.
That place is going to explode. There will probably be Bill Stadium or whatever it's called, New Era Stadium. That place is going to register on the Richter scale next week.
That would be insane. That would actually be really, really cool.
I really want them to throw him through a table now, though. He said specifically have the training staff that like saved his life throw him through the table, and then have like whatever that guy's name, Poncho Ron or whatever, just squirt him with mustard and ketchup.
Oh yeah,
Pinto Ron, that's his name.
I would have thought it was Poncho Ron.
It would have worked.
All right, last game of the wild card weekend. Cowboys at Bucks.
I was very wrong about this game.
Your bias blinded you.
Yes. Well, the Cowboys were very bad, but I did also forget that the Bucks were also pretty bad this year.
You definitely did. That was the part you
uh,
forgot about, like, completely.
Yeah, they had a losing
that was
record.
seemingly the part everyone forgot about.
Well, everyone was focusing on it's Tom Brady in the playoffs against Dak Prescott in Tampa. And, they kind of shut up all the haters there. I don't know how they fare against... They played a very complete game. Like, looking back at the stats and everything, they played a very good game. So, if they can do that, they have a shot against San Francisco, that's for sure. But
we'll get into that.
That kicking issue...
Dude, oh my God.
You're probably going to need some field goals against San Francisco.
About 4 interceptions being bad? I think 4 missed extra points is worse.
Yeah.
I think that's worse.
That's pretty bad.
That's 4 points off the board.
Yes. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. I don't know what other way to put it. It's not good.
What? He's a Brett Maher. He's a veteran kicker.
I
don't understand it.
Nate hates that. Yeah. Nate hates that man. He it was a couple years ago when the Redskins were still the Redskins. The Cowboys lost them on a Brett Maher kick, and I have a video of Nate as he's lining up, and he goes, and Brett Maher, just the way he said it. I have him pause on his face, and he's like,
I wasn't paying attention to the game, and I was like, oh, the Cowboys got a touchdown. And I looked back, and I was like, oh, they must have missed they must have gone for 2, didn't make it. Oh shit, it's 12-0. Oh, they must have gone for 2 again, didn't make it.
Didn't
Maybe
register in my
kick
head
an extra
either.
Point. Then that 3rd touchdown is when I saw it, and I saw Peyton Manning go, "Oh, good lord!"
It didn't register to me that he missed the first 2 extra points at all, and I was like,
"No,
how did it get to 12-0? I don't remember how that happened."
After the 3rd one, I was like, "Wait, so he missed 3 in a row? For the 4th one, why wouldn't you go for 2?"
Yeah.
Like, what?
ESPN didn't even show the 4th one. I don't think people were mad at ESPN yesterday.
They showed it on ESPN too. I saw it. Peyton was congratulating him.
Oh my God. I don't know if you, because you said you didn't. You weren't coherent at that point for the Jags game, but people were shitting.
I didn't watch a second of it.
People were shitting on Al Michaels and Tony Dungy the way they were announcing that game. Like, it was one of the biggest playoff comebacks ever, and they were just asleep. And
well, yeah, they're 75 years old.
I know. You give him credit. Tony that's not normally his gig.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Al's old, but I did watch some of it, and that game-winning kick, Al was like, and it's good. And it's like, what? And you compare it to when Sam Hubbard ran back that ball for the Ravens-Bengals game, and I forget who it was, maybe Troy or someone, they were like, the Cincinnati Kid, Sam Hubbard, just losing their minds. So I don't watch with sound as much anymore because I'm usually doing something else, like playing a game, so I just turn off the sound. But
right, that's what I do too.
That was one instance where I was like, man, it really matters who's announcing these games, and it can really change a lot. I watched that last kick, and I felt no emotion about it either because he was like, it's good.
What network is the Super Bowl on this year?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll take a look.
That definitely determines how good the announcers will be. On
CBS. Wait. Yes.
Oh, so we're getting the
CBS.
Jim Nantz, Tony Romo Super Bowl.
Oh my God. That's another person I'm sick of. I'm sick of Tony Romo. He's fucking annoying.
I wish he would be a little bit more quiet, be a little bit more selective on when to talk.
Yes. He's just stepping all over Jim.
I don't mind the calling the play before it's before it happens. I think that's cool still, but
I'm sick of his noises. Oh, I don't know, Jim. Is this footy? It's in. Shut up, Tony.
It's gonna be a tight one right there.
Sound like
we'll see when we come back. And sometimes it sounds like he's doing Jim Nance's job when they go to commercial.
Yes.
Jim Nantz gets annoyed.
Yes, he's clearly annoyed about it. God damn. I wonder if they're gonna. I feel like every Super Bowl, each network has unveiled a new score bug too. I'm excited to see that part. I love a new score bug. They just pounce it on you like
Score
the
big.
Fox one now. Yeah,
Like,
you got to figure it out.
we're in the future now.
Yeah, so when those new ones come out, you're like, whoa, this is unprecedented technology. You got to figure out where the flag thing is going to come up, how you know what possession's on which. I think I just figured out. I think it's NBC. They have like a circle around the clock in the middle. I forget who it is, and half of it is colored in for who has possession. I just figured that out like last week.
Right. I like how NBC has the shadow of the play clock on the field.
Yes, that's nice.
That's cool.
Yes. Aren't we so simple-minded sometimes?
I know, right? It's just like, projection. Computer graphic. Shadow.
But we still can't get technology to tell us if the ball crossed the line. We have to look at camera angles that are all awful.
Yeah, did the player step out of bounds? That one definitely could have been solved pretty easily. That took a long time to figure out last night. I think it was CeeDee Lamb almost stepped out of the back of the end zone, but he didn't. That took way too long.
I'll tell you what. If we lose this weekend, I will die. If we move on and end up playing Cowboys in the championship game and lose, I will die. That is just
die harder.
It's an amazing, Cowboys Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Amazing. Nate will probably come here and watch it with me, or I'll go to his house. It's just could be the worst ending possible for both of us, and someone will die that night, either killed by the other person or at their own hands.
Oh my God.
That's not a threat. That's a promise.
Well, we'll see. Let's get into the games. Let's go over our predictions, and I will write them down now so I don't have to go back and watch it.
Fuck it. Give me the Jags.
All right. Yeah, first game up, Jags at Chiefs. The first time they met, the Chiefs won 27-17. In the midst of the Jaguars' losing streak, I think. But that was like right before they started to turn it around.
I'll stick with Duval. Why not? I like the story, even though I think the Chiefs are just very impressive lately.
That one's at 4:30 on Saturday. That's nice.
Yeah.
I think who'd you say?
Jags.
You're going Jags.
I'm going to stick with the Jags. Fuck it.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Just based off how they looked last.
Yeah, they're very good.
3 weeks of the season, 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah. You can't have those turnovers like you had in the Chargers game, Jaguars. You got to come out swinging.
But also, you never know with the with them and AFC South teams. The Colts beat them earlier in the year.
That's true. And they have historically struggled a little bit against the Titans. They usually, I think, end up winning, but they struggle. But you know who we haven't heard from all year? Brittany and Jackson Mahomes. And hasn't it been just a blessing?
Oh my God. My mom brought this up earlier. She was like, I hate his girlfriend. I haven't heard from her in a while.
Nope. Nope. Not at all. I think he got them in check because people definitely started to kind of hate Patrick Mahomes because of them, and he's like,
"Yeah,
listen, guys, I'm like basically the face of the NFL. You guys got to cut this shit out."
Yeah, here's $100 million. Shut the fuck up.
I really don't like. His wife is kind of annoying, but she's just a real ride or die. I think. I really don't like his brother. He's just a douche.
He's trying to be fucking, I don't even know, the next TikTok
James Charles.
Fucking idiot. The next James Charles. The next child groomer, is that what you're saying?
Well, sure.
Fuck yeah, but you're right. I have not heard anything from them, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
It makes me like the Chiefs a little bit more, huh?
Yeah, it sure does. I don't have
At
that
least
same kind
neutral.
of. Yeah, I don't have that same kind of. I didn't really have hate last year, but I was definitely like, I'm okay if they lose, so I don't have to hear from these bitches.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just wanted the Bengals to win last year, and they fucking did.
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't think I need to give you my actual answer for this next game. I think you should already know where I'm going here.
Yeah, I think we'll both go Eagles. Um,
Go
as good
Birds!
as the Giants looked last week, the Eagles' run defense is probably literally 72 times better than the Vikings' run defense.
Yeah,
So
like
they're
the
gonna
Vikings
have some
defense.
issues.
Honestly, saying the Vikings defense is like Swiss cheese is kind of an insult to Swiss cheese.
It is. It is. At least it's Swiss
Yeah, like at
and
least
cheese.
yeah. What are the Vikings are what purple and you have Kirk Cousins. Whoop de doo, your life sucks.
You know what? Swiss cheese having holes in it does me a favor. I don't like it that much, so the less of it, the better, I guess.
That's also true. Hey, well, the less of the Vikings, the better too, and we got just what we wanted.
Fuck the Vikings. Thank God. I'm just. Again, I'm so happy they lost.
Yeah, yeah. I think you and like everyone else except Vikings fans, and maybe your friend who thought the Vikings were good.
Yeah, I would love to. I was just gonna say I would love to see his reaction,
I
and just
saw.
to be like, to find some excuse to say, no, Ian, you weren't right.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was right.
Yes, very, very right. All right. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Can I pick a tie?
Are the Bengals assholes for winning?
That's a good question. That's a good question to ask.
You know, I'd be pretty pissed if I got knocked out of the playoffs by the team that almost killed one of my players.
I don't know if you can say it like that.
Fuck T. Higgins. No, just kidding. The Patriots actually could use you yet next year. Please.
I'll go. I'm gonna go Bengals. The Bengals defense in the playoffs. I'll stick with that narrative.
Ooh. All right.
I think the Dolphins defense is not nearly as good, and they were able to force turnovers. So, I think the Bengals can do it as well.
Well, I think the Dolphins' front seven is pretty good. Their secondary is kind of shit.
Ian, we're talking about the playoff Bengals. Sorry, I should have been clear about that.
Still, this one is obviously the tough one.
That's why I said I wanted to pick a tie.
I mean, yeah. If the, you know what, I'll do what I did last week, and I'll say if the Bills have no turnovers, they'll win the game. I think they'll clean things up. I think the Bills will win.
There you go.
Just like how I said if Dak had no interceptions, the Cowboys would win. So we'll see. We'll see about this. This one is obviously the toughest game. I will not be. I won't be surprised either way.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if the Jaguars beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are just so fucking good.
I'd honestly be surprised too. Well, Andy Reid's a good coach too. I was going to say Doug Peterson is a pretty damn good coach. Sometimes the only issue now with Andy Reid and the Chiefs is they like to try and get a little too cute. Sometimes they did it against the Raiders and it worked because they were just clowning the Raiders. But sometimes
I like
it
the
doesn't
snow
work.
globe. I like the snow globe. No,
The snow globe was
hold
great.
on. I liked that.
That was great.
It should have worked too.
It did work, didn't it?
It got called back for holding, I think.
Oh, that's right. So it technically worked.
So
They
should have
scored.
worked. Right.
I just like they got cute last year. against the Bengals, and that's kind of what lost them. I think it was the Bengals held them for a field goal, or no, they stopped them on fourth down, like 4th and goal, because Chiefs tried to get cute and everything kind of changed after that. So, but
I think
they're a well-oiled machine this year. So,
right, they're one of the teams that haven't been too cute this year. I think they learned from the Colts game. I think they were trying to do too much against the Colts.
Yes.
And they've been pretty straightforward, just chugging along since then. Yeah. No trick plays here and there, but stuff that makes sense, you know? Okay, so I got the Bills, you got the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. This one is just as hard to me.
I'm gonna.
You know what? I'll go first since you went first on the last one. I think that the Cowboys will win. It'll be very, 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 very close. I think they'll be able to do enough, maybe get ahead enough in the first half, because they're a fast-starting team.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Unlike the 49ers. But again, this one's really tough. If I have hope that they can play like they did against the Bucs. And I really think that's the team that they actually are, and not the team that got crushed by the Redskins.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take the Cowboys, but as a jinx.
But as a jinx to say, fuck the Cowboys. You're not confident in your picks?
Because if they win, well, I was pretty confident in the Bucs one, and we saw how that went. But if they win, I'm right. If they lose, I'm happy. Although I would kind of rather play them again than the 49ers. Not even because I think we match up better against them probably. I don't know what to expect from the 49ers. I think we could make Brock Purdy look like Mr. Irrelevant. Because if you go back through their schedule, the games Brock Purdy played and who they've played, it's not the greatest teams. Now, the 49ers, I did a little bit of math the other day arguing with my friend on Twitter. 12 of the 17 games that the Niners played, those teams ended up with a losing record. The Eagles only played 10 games where the teams ended up in a losing record. So just, food for thought there. I kind of hate both these teams right now, to be honest, because of my friend. But yeah, honestly, I think the Cowboys do have the capability to do it. I do truly believe that. And I think it would be, even if it ends up, God, man, I'm just thinking about it, it would be so heartbreaking to lose to the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. But just for, I would never be more jacked up for a game than that if it was Cowboys, Eagles, NFC Championship. Never would I be more jacked up. Maybe
that
for the Giants,
hype as fuck, dude.
The Cowboy, I don't know what I would do that day. I don't know if I'd be able to sit.
That would be good.
I don't know if I'd be able to sit that day to wait to do it. I don't think I could do it. So,
yeah,
for all those reasons.
The possible matchups here are intriguing. I think Bengals-Jags, Bengals-Chiefs will be good either way.
Bengals-Jags would be fun, just a bunch of cats fighting on the field.
Dude, I think the Chiefs would blow the Bills out right now.
Yeah.
I think they would.
Their defense is not that good. You gave up, 31 points to Skylar Thompson? Well, a lot of that was
24.
Defense. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah. Well, that was a fucking crazy play. Oh, my God. What the fuck was that?
But, yeah, I think it'll be a good Super Bowl. Either way. I don't think there's not really much room for bullshit here.
No. And I think, if the Jags make it there.
Dude, Eagles-Jags would be a great story.
Oh my god. Like, I would, if we lost, yeah, I'd be sad, but it'd be like, good for Doug. Like, and same thing with like Chiefs. If we played the Chiefs, I'd be like, Andy got his one, but I'd be like, good for Andy. He got two to really solidify himself. Like, the only people I'd be mad about losing to would probably be the 49ers and the Cowboys throughout the rest of it. Oh, well, no, the Giants. Let's not forget. I'd be very mad if we lost.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself, even though we both win Eagles.
Yes. I was never going to go against us. Jalen Hurts is going to be healthy. Lane Johnson is ready to fucking go.
Well,
all right.
You also said you would never go against the Cowboys, and look how that worked out.
That's true.
You went 3-3. I went 5-1 last week. Let's see if that continues into next week. Anything else you want to go over, RJ? I do have one little thing here.
I did see that. I need to watch that. I like that guy.
Just a side note. Andrew Santino's new special, Cheeseburger, on Netflix is so fucking funny. It's the most consistently I've laughed throughout an hour in years for a 1 hour special.
Maybe I'll have to check that out tonight after I finish watching Monday Night Raw. I'm back into wrestling, by the way. That's an announcement for me. I don't know why. I'm all the way back in. It was like only middle school for me. I'm way in. Although they might sell to Saudi Arabia, which I hope they don't because...
RJ?
What?
This is a sports podcast.
I know. Sports entertainment, Ian. It's sport. They're sports entertainers. Vince McMahon will kill you for that.
This isn't a theater podcast.
Listen, they tell some good stories now ever since Triple H took over. It's pretty awesome. If Vince comes back, he's going to ruin it all.
You know what? Vince McMahon can't do shit. The Saudis can only do shit now.
I don't think... Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's not get into that. But yeah, I'll watch that because I like laughing. So,
alrighty, everyone. Thank you all for listening. Great wild card weekend. Divisional weekend's usually the one where I hit on all my bets. So,
there you go.
4 games, 4 lives. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, baby.
I might have
munch.